God. John Madden Football 92 came out in December of 1991, and I was looking forward to escaping into digital football for a while. I wasn't doing well in school, I wasn't doing well in my relationships, and I just wanted to play the new football game and escape real life for a bit. I didn't have the name of the feelings I was struggling with. They wouldn't become a part of my lexicon until much later. I just knew I wasn't happy, and I wanted to escape the misery for a few days. More pro football teams, new audibles, and new offensive and defensive formations are what Madden 92 brings to the table. The controls have been tweaked and feel more responsive than the first John Madden Football. Even the passing game, the weakest link of the first game, has been improved and polished. Players now have 28 pro teams to choose from, and they are loosely based on the 28 NFL franchise for the 1991 season. EA Sports did not have the NFL or NFLPA license, but they still managed to make the teams and players feel like their real-world counterparts. Once again, as in the original game modes are limited to preseason, regular season, playoffs, and sudden death mode. When selecting your game mode and teams, you can also select the weather, the playing surface, quarter length, which team is the home team, and which team is the visiting team. Madden 92 could have benefited from a full season with stat tracking. Other games of the era had both. However, what Madden 92 does offer has been executed well by EA Sports. Controls are responsive but familiar. Controlling your players is polished, passes go to the receivers you want to throw to, running the ball feels good, and controlling defensive players is smooth, allowing you to wreak havoc along the line of scrimmage. As in the original game, there are pre-snap and post-snap controls. On offense before the snap, A button triggers an audible, B button calls a fake cadence, and C button snaps the ball. If you choose to call an audible by pressing A button, pushing A second time will call an anti-blitz play, B button calls a different anti-blitz play, and C button calls a run play. After the snap, pushing A button causes the ball carrier to dive, B button executes a spin move, and C button executes a shoulder charge to power past defenders. If you call the passing play, C button pulls up the passing windows which highlight receivers A, B, and C. Tapping the buttons throws a lob pass to a point on the field and allows a receiver to run beneath it, while holding one of the buttons throws a bullet pass to that receiver. Receivers can now make diving catches for the ball if you push A button, or they can make a leaping catch if you push C button. Similar to the offense, the defense has pre-snap and post-snap controls. Prior to the snap, A button calls an audible, much like the offense. Pushing the A button a second time will call an anti-run defense, pushing B button calls a blitz, and pushing C button calls a pass defense. Regardless of whether you call an audible or not, B button allows you to select the player you wish to control. After the snap, A button allows you to attempt a diving tackle, B button selects the player closest to the ball, and C button jumps to block a pass or a kick. If you're attempting a tackle, C button will attempt to strip the ball from the ball carrier. Regardless of offense or defense, the start button will pause the game, and you can call a timeout or sub in your backup quarterback. Scoring in Madden 92 is traditional: 6 points for a touchdown, 1 point for a point after try, 3 points for a field goal, and 2 points for a safety. There is no option to try for a 2-point conversion. Injuries make their first appearance in Madden 92, complete with an ambulance driving onto the field to pick up the injured player and take them to the hospital. Only quarterbacks can be injured, but EA Sports had to start somewhere. Visually, Madden 92 is an upgrade over the original game. Weather effects are more prominent, players have new celebrations for touchdowns, there are now animations of fans cheering, and the chains come out to measure when you're close to a first down. Player animations are smooth and the colors of the team stand out regardless of the weather conditions. Considering this is rendered on a 16-bit Genesis system, the game looks good. Some cutscenes or animations for different events, interceptions, sacks, or touchdowns, would have been nice, but they are not needed. With the revamped passing game, Madden 92 is a lot of fun to play. The passes go where they're supposed to, and the risk versus reward of difficult passes feels natural. Playing solo Madden 92 starts feeling repetitious after a handful of games. Even with 28 teams, the limited number of game modes hurts Madden 92, especially when other games like Tecmo Super Bowl and Joe Montana 2 Sports Talk Football allow you to play full seasons, including playoffs and championship games. With limited modes of play, playing with friends is the best option when looking at replayability. Without a full season of games to play through, you have single season games, playoffs, and sudden death, which isn't enough. Without playing friends, there is no real draw to keep you coming back to Madden 92, even with 28 unique football teams and the new features. Madden 92 improves the overall presentation of the Madden game, but the lack of NFL and NFLPA licenses, along with the lack of season play, limit how much you can enjoy Madden 92. Tecmo Super Bowl on the NES had everything Madden didn't: NFL teams, NFL players, customizable playbooks, stat tracking, and more. Madden 92 is a solid game, and it is fun to play, but it doesn't deliver on the NFL experience. I'm happy to have it in my collection, but there were better football games available when Madden 92 was released.